Link up, hey. You just hit my line for the wind down. There's only one thing on my mind when you come around me. I get lost in where you found me. Want you to use me. You let her confuse me. Don't wanna hide the fact that you make me feel that way. Want you to give me play. I see it in your eyes, you're lonely. Come put that body on me. I hit it right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. Nobody do you like I will. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. They can't do you like I will. Like I will.
I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel.
I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. They can't do you like I will.
Like I will.
Like I will. Pick up the phone, little baby. You got me up and I'm wavy. You know I want you to myself. You know you've been driving me crazy. Looking me right in the eye and tell me it's mine. If not, I'ma make it that way. You know I want you in a major way. I bless that body, make you share your grace. I've been trying to get you face to face. I fall through and give you ways to waste. I do what it takes. I make them walls sing on your heartstrings. Say your
I treat you right, I will. I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I hit it right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel. I hit it right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody that is in the room. It is good to see each and every one of you all right? If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, then give me a thumbs down or an angry face, and we're going to get it started with the early bird acknowledgments, all right? Shout out to Sybil. It's good to see you, Sybil. Shout out to Lloyd Sky 9. We got Brooklyn Queen in the building. We got Volvo 2 Love in the house. We got Jesse Paris. Shout out to you, bro. We got some, I got a stream coming up. Got a couple streams coming up that you're going to want to be in, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. And I hope you about to turn up, or I hope you turned up for your birthday, I should say. Shout out to Black Manta. And facts, make sure y'all listen to Black Manta. Take a moment, hit that like button. All right. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to my backup channels, or if you're not subscribed to my other social media, please take a moment to do that now. And it is important. If you guys are not subscribed to the Discord, make sure you all take a moment and subscribe to the Discord. To the people that's watching, I got a question. There's a survey in the comment section. What is the percentage of notifications that people got from Discord? If somebody can put that number in the chat, let me know. All right. Shout out to Shamika. Shout out to True Essence. Shout out to my man AB Promotions. Was good with it. Shout out to my man DC Precise. I knew you would like it, bro. I knew you would like it. I'll treat you right. I will. Everybody need a chance now. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of content coming up today. And I sat down and I concentrated, because I know I always promise y'all a lot of content, and then I do 2 streams and I'll be like, man, I'm done. I am going to concentrate and I'm going to focus, and I'm going to make sure that I get all the content done for you guys that I want to get done. We're going to have a stream on Magatron today. We're going to have a stream on Undocumented today. Right after this, and this live stream will take you right into it, there's going to be a stream on C19 today. We are going to get it in today. I promise you that. I promise you that. All right. Shout out to Jay Cage. Shout out to my man KO Kid Fit with the $1.99 super chat. Shout out to my man KO Kid Fit, man. Good to see you in here, bro. If y'all not subscribed to KO Kid Fit, make sure y'all go subscribe to both his channels, KO Kid Fit and Grind and Motivate. See, I gotta say it like my man, like Grind and Motivate and KO Kid Fit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go over there and show my man some love. Shout out to Tammy Dorsey. What's good with it, Tammy? We got Patrick Tyler in the building. Good to see you, bro. We got Black Spider B1. We got Tony Taylor in the building. Shout out to Tony. And Tony just, I think, upgraded his membership. So shout out to Tony for that. Also, we're getting close to 100 over here, too. I think we got 89. You know what I'm saying? So we getting there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Phil Mayo. My man Jay Bird is in the building. We got Miss Nisi in the house. All right. Phil is in the house. Let me see. And I think that's it, man. So shout out to everybody. All right. Make sure when you watch this stream, don't go nowhere. Watch it all the way through, because about 5 minutes after this stream ends, the C19 stream is going to begin. All right. So make sure that y'all hang around for that. All right. Charlamagne the God decided to talk about the migrant crisis. Now, here go my question for y'all before we get started on this, because I'm going to try to fly through this so I'm not late. What do y'all think Charlamagne said about the migrant crisis? Charlamagne the God was stunned by a wave of working class people upset over the migrant crisis. So what this shows you is that Charlamagne is not in touch with the average person at all. He has no clue what's going on the ground. He is literally completely out of touch with reality. And as a result of being out of touch with reality, he has his mouth wide open on the thumbnail. He has his mouth wide open, you know what I'm saying, waiting for a blimp-shaped delivery. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what he's talking about over here, okay?
I have the privilege, man, of doing morning radio and speaking to, you know, working class people every single day. I have the privilege of, you know, being involved in my community from, you know, New York to New Jersey to South Carolina, where I get to look people in the eyes and have, you know, real conversations, you know, with them. And, you know, people are really concerned about this issue. Like I honestly have never spoken to as many people who are concerned about the migrant issue as I have.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many of y'all are concerned about the migrant issue? If you guys are concerned about the migrant issue, give me a thumbs up. If you're not concerned about the migrant issue, then give me a thumbs down. Now, with the migrant crisis literally going on right in New York City, how is Charlamagne not aware that this is affecting everybody? It's affecting people right there on the ground. How is Charlamagne not aware of that? Is my question. You're right in New York City. What is the Breakfast Club on? Power 105? Right in New York City, bro. How are you not aware? You don't go outside and see migrants all over the place? You don't talk to people who are talking about migrant issues popping off? He is completely out of touch. And yet and still, the mainstream media, for whatever reason, is still focusing on what Charlamagne has to say about things. Why are the media so focused on what Charlamagne got to say? And now, mind you, this is Fox News. So you got to ask yourself the question, wow, Fox News is platforming this liberal black male, this simp, Charlamagne? What's the reason for that? There's got to be a reason, right?
You know, over the past year. And I mean, I've heard everything from, you know, the gang MS-13, you know, overrunning neighborhoods. I've heard, you know, what we saw just happened in New York City, where
they've been hacked. Listen, man, they got this gang in New York City called Dominicans Don't Play. They got another gang in New York City called the Trinitarios, and they got another gang in New York City, a part of the Latin Kings. They've been had these migrant crisis gangs in New York City. You know what I'm saying? And then Charlamagne the God sitting up here talking about MS-13. If you look at New York, if you just listen to rap music, or if you watch any type of New York local news, they are busting Trinitarios damn near every other month. There's a raid on some type of Trinitario operation. Washington Heights is usually where it happens at most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But Charlamagne the God act like he don't know what time it is. What I find even more fascinating, right? I was gonna put this on the community post, but I decided not to, and I might though. I might still, you know what I'm saying, put it on the community post, but I decided not to. I think that people need to start bringing attention to the fact that foundational Black Americans and American descendants of slaves, freemen, you know what I'm saying? Stop talking to us about this Ellis Island story. We don't have an Ellis Island story. Let me ask you guys this, to all the people in the chat that are foundational Black American, freemen, or ADOS, if you have or your family has an Ellis Island story, let me know what it is in the comment section. Do you guys notice that that's one of the bait and hooks that they try to do? Oh, you know, at Ellis Island, and everybody came through on Ellis Island. Everybody didn't come through on Ellis Island. That's not true. We don't have a Ellis Island story. And anytime they try to do this equity and inclusion and talk this migrant stuff and the immigration and just open borders, they always use the Ellis Island story. They've been using it in Chicago. They use it in New York City. You're leaving out an entire demographic of people that shamefully, as a result of human trafficking, do not have an Ellis Island story. My family does not have an Ellis Island story. How many people in the comment section are tired of hearing about the Ellis Island stories? They'll never tell a plantation story, but they keep talking about these Ellis Island stories that none of us have. Shout out to Beach Material. What's good with it, bro? And real quick, shout out to everybody that's in here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We got 28 likes so far, and looks like we got about 40 people watching. If everybody can take a moment and smash that like button and get us to 50 likes, that'd be great.
The migrants, they took 2,000 migrants and put them in the school and made the schools stay home, made the students stay home and you know, do school via Zoom, and that was a big issue. Like, I mean, people were calling the radio station. That was just this week, you know, really.
Now, the Zoom school, that's been a big issue. People didn't like that when that was going on during C-19. Nobody is a fan of the school Zoom. How many people were a fan of the school Zoom? I don't think anybody was a fan of that. That was very unpopular. That was one of the reasons why people had a really big issue with how C-19 was managed.
Complaining about that. So I've never seen, you know, working class people who I interact with every day until this past year really express their frustration for the migrants. And it's not even just the people. Like, you see politicians who once, you know, championed having the migrants in the city, like the Mayor Eric Adams of New York. Now they're like, yo, hold up. This is
Mayor Eric Adams, Lori Lightfoot, who's not the mayor any longer, but Brandon Johnson also. All of these people, we're going to be talking about more of these people, these liberals. Now, all of these people are regretting wanting these migrants to come in. But these are the people that literally invited the migrants in a couple years ago against the will of their constituencies. And I got to agree. Shout out to AB Promotions. If you guys agree that the Ellis Island stuff needs to be dismissed every time it's brought up, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. If you ask me, one of the reasons why the Ellis Island stuff comes up so much is because the overwhelming amount of people who actually come from immigrant and migrant backgrounds to the United States attempting to blend history and adjust history to the favor of their story instead of actually telling a holistic American story. And they're doing that because of politicization of people's cultures and realities that we have going on in the United States. And nobody should submit to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to fight back at that at every cost, because this is historic genocide that they're trying to do, whether it's coming from white people or whether it's coming from these immigrant POCs. You know what I'm saying?
This is too much. You know, we've heard Vice President Kamala Harris say, "Hey, don't come." Like, we've seen that. So, yeah.
Hold on real quick, y'all. Yo, while you guys are waiting, smash that like button. Also, if you've already smashed the like button, hit one of those emoji at the bottom of the screen.
I think it's going to be a real, you know, real big issue. And, you know, immigration, something like immigration will never be resolved because of the filibuster. Like, the only things that pass are issues where they remove the filibuster. So you would need Republicans and Democrats to come together and create some comprehensive immigration reform. But, you know, for whatever reason, they don't seem to be able to do that. Of course, he's the president of the United States of America.
So now, again, I want you guys to pay very close attention to this, right? Do you all see what Charlamagne is doing? Charlamagne is trying to look like the friendly critic when it comes to Joe Biden. I mean, like, Joe Biden is screwing everything up. And I agree with you guys. Everything is screwed up. Joe Biden is screwing every single thing up in America. But just imagine a presidency under Trump is going to be worse. That is literally Charlamagne's position. None of these critiques that he's given about Joe Biden are honest. All of these critiques are meant to try to agree to make a headway with you that Joe Biden is failing. However, Trump would be the ultimate failure. That's the position that he's trying to take, which is one of the reasons why you see Charlamagne attacking all the issues, because he's going to attack every single issue that we bullet pointed in those data points that are showing what's eroding Joe Biden's campaign. Charlamagne is gonna throw gasoline on those issues that are causing harm to Biden's campaign, and then he's gonna tell you, if you think that fire is bad, Trump over here is a nuclear bomb. That's what Charlamagne is doing. So he's playing a different character. If you guys can see that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys cannot see that, then give me a thumbs down.
If he can take credit for the good things that happen in this country, he has to take credit for the bad as well, because those things happen on on his watch, you know. And I'm telling you, people are going to go to those sound bites, and they're going to go to those sound bites where they saw, you know, the President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris and Mayor Eric Adams and all of these other, you know, liberals and Democrats. They're going to go to those sound bites of them welcoming them into sanctuary cities. And I mean, you know, when Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott pulled that stunt where they were, you know, shipping migrants to these sanctuary cities.
So now, again, I want you to pay very close attention to it, because now, you know, he's talking about Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott, quote unquote, pulling a stunt, but he's not saying anything about the stunt of saying we'll take in all these migrants just so y'all can vote for us, knowing we have no way of dealing with them. Wouldn't you guys say that that's a stunt as well? Hey, come on, come on. This is a place for everybody where we have enough room and enough resources for everybody to live here happily. Oh, wait a minute. No, don't send them anymore now that they're actually coming. Don't send them anymore now that they're actually coming. Isn't that a stunt too? How come that's never called a political stunt? See, it was a stunt when you could just sit there and you don't have to actually deal with the migrants coming, sitting there talking about you would take all the migrants. Now that you got to actually deal with them because they're on your doorstep, now you don't want to deal with it. The way that they're doing, this is that kind of situation where you be like, yo, I'm going to knock you out. And then when the person is in front of you, you'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to eat? I got you on some food if you're hungry. It's that type of situation. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Phil Mayo. He is the third stream sponsor. Make sure you guys show Phil some love for the $10 super sticker. Please throw some flames and some radiation emoji in the chat. I most definitely appreciate it. And see, because of all the members, because of all of the contributions that I get, this is one of the reasons why I feel obligated to try to get you guys as much content as I possibly can. It's only right. It's what y'all deserve. It's what y'all come to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's what y'all pay for. And I want to try to make sure that I always deliver on that in the best way that I possibly can. You know what I'm saying?
Dropping them off, you know, right in front of, you know, the vice president's house, you know, as cruel as that was, as inhumane as that was, it was effective. Clearly it was effective, you know, because it made a lot of those.
Now here, okay, so he's saying that that's inhumane, right? But now, is it also inhumane if you create situations where you claim that you can take in all these people and you got these people living in apartments that are disease-ridden, trying to put people on chemically contaminated ground, and you got people in these tents in 0-degree weather stacked on top of each other like sardines? Is it what is that humanitarian? You know what I'm saying? What I want you guys to pay very close attention to is that the way that Charlamagne says this, the way that he talks, he gives the Democrats a light slap on the wrist, and then he makes sure to attempt to show the Republicans as the complete cause of this and ruining everything. Not giving any accountability to the Democrats whatsoever. You know, the Democrats, they could do better, but those Republicans, if they didn't exist, none of this would have happened. Bro, if you actually feel that this is both parties' faults, then actually give some accountability to both parties. You're still being a shill. Charlamagne the fraud is still sitting up here being a shill. And on top of it, these ideas are not even ideas of his own. He got his White House correspondent. He got his White House correspondence, and what the White House correspondents told him is that the way to get in touch with the voters is to connect with them on issues that they are dissatisfied with, that Biden has done, where he's underperformed. Sympathize with them, but then remind them that MAGA supporters will be burning crosses in the middle of the street if Trump gets elected again. They're not offering any policy, not offering any type of anything to improve any situations that we have. You know what I'm saying? This is what Charlamagne the God is doing. And I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. And he's going to get more people. It's going to be celebrities doing this nonsense. They're trying to switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to see if that fear gene is still able to be activated. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, in the older people, no offense to the people, to the Lionheart older people, you know what I'm saying? To the older people that got fight in them. But a lot of the older people, you know what I'm saying, they like Courage the Cowardly Dog. You know what I'm saying? You start talking about some old school racism, they're gonna run and hide somewhere. See us, you know what I'm saying? Like we listening, waiting for the old school, waiting for the racists, like, I'll whip your head, boy. You know I will. I'll whip your head, boy, with the back of the steel. We driving around waiting for people like that. You know what I'm saying? They up there hiding behind the refrigerator.
Democrats start singing a different tune. And I mean, the voters see that, you know, the voters see that. And so what does that look like to the voter? Just on the surface, it looks like Republicans were right about the issue and Democrats got it wrong. And now a lot of Democrats are starting to sound like the Republicans sounded. So it makes a lot of people say, well, damn, Republicans were actually right on that issue. Just on the surface, just plain on the surface, that's how it looks, you know, to the average voter.
So I want you guys to pay very close attention, right? Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Charlamagne is working the skeptic grift. If you guys see Charlamagne working the skeptic grift, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. He's gonna keep like this, and he's actually gonna ramp up his rhetoric. And then what's gonna happen is, right when it's time to vote, he's gonna make that hard right and say, even though y'all got to deal with all this, it's better than Trump. Just watch. It's coming. All right, so there's that. All right, so now here it says, multimedia mogul Charlamagne the God is sounding the alarm about the impact the growing migrant crisis is having on working class voters. Now, in that little news clip that we watched, what did Charlamagne say about how this is affecting voters? He didn't even mention how this is affecting voters. He didn't say anything about it. He just was sitting up there talking out loud, like he was trying to work through a problem or something. Like he was trying to talk himself through a thought that he was having, which is impressive because I didn't know Charlamagne was capable of that. Many of whom are calling into his radio show expressing their outrage, suggesting it could hurt the Democrats going into the 2024 election. During an interview with Fox News Digital, now that's interesting, right? What did I tell you about these conservative media networks? It was Fox News Digital that reached out to Charlamagne. So Fox is just as interested in Charlamagne as MSNBC is. Which shows you how fraudulent Fox is. You know what I'm saying? During an interview with Fox News Digital. So again, Charlamagne is doing interviews with Fox News Digital. Now, here's my thing, right? I'm not opposed to him doing an interview with Fox News Digital. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody that offers you an interview or anybody that wants to work with you, you should work with them as long as the parameters are right. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's a benefit that's favorable for you, yeah, do it. I'm not one of those people that you guys already know. I'm real liberal when it comes to that, because I think that that's important. And the reason why I think that that's important is because one of the things that's going to help us be able to turn the tide on things is to be able to influence other people. One of the reasons why WS is so important is because it doesn't just have the minds of a lot of white people and a lot of us. It has the mind of the entire world. They've made a global impression to believe that their religion of anti-black racism is normal. So it wouldn't work if it wasn't for us in our existence and for other people being so gullible and dumb and lazy and wanting to try to get butter biscuits without their own accolades and credentials. We can fight back like that also. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not opposed to Charlamagne doing an interview with Fox, but the problem is that this is nothing but shillery. And also the problem is that Fox is using him. And Charlamagne, 1, knows that he's being used. 2, everything that he's saying is scripted. 3, he's on a skeptic grift. And 4, he doesn't even know what the hell is going on. Yet and still, he's right there where the migrant crisis is. He's on ground zero. And I agree 100% with Patrick Taylor. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. 110%. If you guys agree with Patrick Taylor that the Dems and the Republicans are working together on this migrant issue, maybe not Trump and some hardcore GOP, but the corporate wing is pro illegals. Yeah, the neocons, the Nikki Haley class, the Ron DeSantis class. Yeah, absolutely. The Mitt Romneys and Ted Cruz's, them folks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Not the Outback bunch. You know what I'm saying. Not the Trumps and you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The possum eaters. You know what I'm saying. They, not them. Even they might be a little bit, and they ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Want to whine about something, but they don't say it openly though. They say it behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? But you know, openly they don't admit to it. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says he said he constantly hears from listeners complaining about the influx of migrants rocking their communities, something he didn't hear much about until the past year. I have the privilege of doing morning radio and speaking to working class people every single day, Charlamagne told Fox News Digital. I have the privilege of being involved in my community from New York to New Jersey to South Carolina, where I get to look people in their eyes and have real conversations with them. And you know, people are really concerned about this issue. Like, honestly, I have never spoken to as many people who are concerned about the migrant issue as I have, you know, over the past year. So now here it just goes on to just repeat a bunch of the stuff that we already read. You know what I'm saying? It just goes on to basically write a transcript of it goes on to write a transcript of what was talked about in the interview. So now Fox goes ahead and gives Charlamagne a nice little promotional down here. It says, in addition to being a giant on the radio, Charlamagne is expanding his footprint in the world of podcasts. Following the 2020 launch of his Black Effects podcast, he recently kickstarted the politics-centered Reasoned Choice Media Podcast Network, which he vowed will be a platform that welcomes all viewpoints. Reasoned Choice Media Podcast Network. So now what we should be doing, shout out to Ty Valentine and shout out to Robb from Denver, is we need to see how this company is financially constructed. So that's going to be the research project. Note that. Reasoned Choice Media Podcast Network. We're going to comb through that company's financials with a fine-tooth comb and see exactly where the money is coming from. Because if we know the money, then we know the message. And honestly, you're not able to do podcasts with bias anymore. And if you do podcasts with bias, you have to make it appear that you're coming together on two sides in some particular fashion of some issue. Everybody is aware of the mainstream media and their tricks, and nobody is falling for that anymore. So if everything and everybody on there is agreeing, nobody's going to watch that. And one of the reasons why is because us in the social media space, we are actually blowing these mainstream media outlets out of the water as far as watch hours, as far as engagement, as far as television screen time. People are watching YouTubers on television instead of actually watching the mainstream media. Nobody wants to watch it. YouTubers are not changing their content and streaming and videos to look like mainstream media. So some people are real professional, you know what I'm saying? But the mainstream media is changing their operations to look like what we got going on. This is the first time in forever that now these people have some competition. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like it. So now here it says, don't think that this is a platform that's going to be another liberal echo chamber, Charlamagne told Fox News Digital, which tells me that Charlamagne knows that he's been involved with liberal echo chambers. We're going to have hosts that are conservative, and we're just going to hope that some real dialogue can start happening in this country. We need both sides telling their truths, and people, us, should be able to hear from both sides and make a choice on who they want to support. Now, check this out. Reasonable Choice Media's first podcast, Native Land Pod, co-hosted by former CNN contributor Angela Rye, former MSNBC host Tiffany Cross, and former Florida gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum, has already made headlines with Rye accusing her former CNN colleague Chris Cuomo of calling her tinsel crotch. I don't know nothing about that. I heard I think Kid Gravity did a video on that. You know what I'm saying? That's some weird stuff they had going on. You know what I'm saying? You out here calling people tinsel crotch, you know what I'm saying? And you in a position to get called tinsel crotch. That's something between y'all that y'all need to hash out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say on that. But yeah, so that interview was good for nothing. We learned absolutely zilch from that. And the reason why we learned absolutely zilch from that is because Charlamagne is so out of touch that he has no idea what to say on the migrant crisis except for what his Democrat handlers tell him and what the people that call into the radio station tell him. As you can see. Don't move a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. The next stream will be starting very soon. This stream will take you right in there. Shout out to the Prince of Paraphernalia. What's good with it, bro? I want to shout out all the stream contributors. Shout out to my man KO Kid Fit with the $1.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Shout out to Tony Taylor for upgrading his membership. Definitely appreciate it. And also shout out to Phil Mayo with the $10 super sticker. Please throw some flames and some radiation emoji in the chat for them, because without them, this ain't possible. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on money, that's on TV, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey.